My name is Charity Colleen Krause. For several years, I was employed at the San Francisco Department of Public Health. For some of that time, I was a third party contractor working in operations and facilities. For some of that time, I was also a civil servant working in the compliance department. During the time I worked there, I understood that the city and county of San Francisco had a policy where you were not allowed to be drug tested for use of marijuana. I understand that there were changes to the laws in the state of California where other employment options were accepted from being tested for marijuana. I do not agree with these policies. I believe they are a public health hazard, and I also believe that they were allowed to be put into place with the express intent of cajoling and cowing people into acceding to other matters of lesser standards with the express intention of sabotaging the United States. That includes industrial infrastructure, but it also includes important civic services such as the Public Health Department and Administration of Public Health Services. If you right now were called up to service as part of the alleged COVID 19 epidemic support or relief, and you are using marijuana, I believe you should be held criminally accountable. In a situation of a state of emergency such as this, there are protocols in place in this country, including ones that allow for the option of declaring a state of martial law. Nonetheless, if you work for the Health and Human Services or you work for public health, you already know that there are established protocols considering a declaration of a public health emergency akin to a national disaster or another sort of national security situation that would put you potentially under the jurisdiction of the military and to be held responsible as if you were involved in a military endeavor. It is illegal for you to be engaging in your activities while you are under the influence. It is illegal and unacceptable for you to take whatever time off you have and be engaging in any sort of recreational drug abuse. It is also completely unconscionable if you are using your access to emergency services or supplies in order to acquire for yourself some sort of incentive in the form of a type of medication, up to and including a muscle relaxer, a painkiller, something supposed to help you with the stress, an upper to keep you alert on the job. If you are having problems with stress on the job because you are being required to perform beyond what you are capable of doing, then that is a problem with your supervisor. But there is no excuse for you to try to take advantage of this situation, to either try to promulgate policy aimed at normalizing or legitimizing the drug economy, or to acquire for yourself kickbacks in the form of access to some sort of controlled substance. I contend that's a large part of what's going on. And it's one of the reasons why in various places, CBD oil distributors were allowed to be declared as essential services, while numerous other enterprises and entities that were actually essential for an appropriate economy as well as public safety were closed down. People were dispossessed of their jobs, and the entire way of being that was going on in their lives was upended. There's no excuse for this at all. And if you actually took public health matters seriously, then you would respond appropriately. If somebody in your organization has put in place some sort of protocol to require you to administer drugs to people that you know are unsafe, you have a duty to hold them responsible. It is not illegal and it is not considered to be a crime if you prevent them from force drugging people. You have a duty in this situation to protect the people of this country. You are not obligated to aid and abet drug dealers in murdering people using kickbacks in the form of some other kind of controlled substance that they may distribute to you or to other people through you. They are drug dealers. That is it. If they have a medical degree or if they seem to believe they have some protocol because they are a financier of some medical facility, that does not change the fact of the matter. We are under assault by narco terrorists moonlighting as if somehow they're qualified to provide medical services. I hope that you do what you can in the situation you can and to hold them responsible. Do not let them try to make you some low-level drug dealer. If you are a qualified medical professional, then you need to understand you have the authority to tell them no. And if the police or law enforcement won't respond, then that means that they're in with the drug dealers. I hope you take notes.